Coming up next on Get Caught in a Net.
Get caught in a net with a net. For your mind, body, and soul. Get caught in a net with a net. It's your intellectual radio show. Here to inspire you and encourage you to be your very best. Get caught in a net with a net.
You are now tuned in to Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette, where your host, Annette Harris, analyze intriguing life questions and concerns, such as, do Christians suffer from mental illness? Have you wondered why they act abnormal? Or you may ask, what is really going on in their minds? Do you need Annette? Well, keep listening for a biblical understanding of the psychology of the mind.
Great afternoon, guys. Welcome to another wonderful segment of Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette. I'm your girl, Annette Harris. I am the host of this wonderful show. It is brought to you by Get Caught in a Net Incorporated. I am also your certified positive mental health ambassador and award-winning author of Surviving a Silenced Heartbeat. Listen, guys, I always say when you see my face around 12 noon on a Wednesday, it's time for you to come on in and get caught in the net. This is going to be a wonderful segment. I am excited. We have featured this particular segment, Authors Unite to Get Caught in a Net, a number of times on this year, but that has been because God has blessed me to be able to connect with wonderful authors I have met around the world, really. And so it is wonderful to feature them. And I have another wonderful guest that I will have coming in. But before we get started, Lord, we thank you for all things. We thank you for what you've done and what you're going to do, how you're blessing us and giving us hope and help. And we pray that you would get the glory out of this segment and everything we go to say and do. In Jesus' name we pray. And our opening scripture is the first part of Hosea 4:6. And it states, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. And again, we're excited to be here on this afternoon. When you come in, we are live on a few different platforms. Of course, on Facebook, Net Get Caught in the Net. Also, Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette on Facebook. We are live on my Instagram channel at Get Caught in the Net, and also on YouTube, Get Caught in the Net Incorporated. At the end of today's segment, we will have this particular segment uploaded to Intellectual Radio, which is where Mind, Body, and Soul is housed. And so you will be able to go to their YouTube channel after the segment is over to be able to look at this particular episode at your convenience. I am excited and waiting to bring in my beautiful guest. She's a beautiful soul inside and out that I have become acquainted with. We met at a function. It was a book fair. I'll just name it that. Over in on 95th, I believe that's Chicago, Oakland. And we were able to meet there. I was there with some friends, and she was one of the vendors that was promoting her book. So I'm going to bring to the stage Miss Monique is here with us on today. Wait, or should I say, what did you call yourself on Facebook? Miss Diva? Did you say Miss Diva?
It is Miss Diva.
Hey, honey, I ain't mad that you work the room. Okay, work it. I love it. How are you doing on this afternoon?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. It's so good to have you. I'm glad we were finally able to connect. And I believe this is going to be a great segment, a great use of our time on today, because we want to be able to feature you again within this particular segment. You have a book. I'm telling you, the title itself is it's a conversation starter. It's eye-catching. Nowhere to call home. Ooh-wee. Okay, let me do this real quick. I want to introduce her by reading a little bit of her bio to you that are watching. Meet Monique Foltz. Monique is not just a storyteller. She's a beacon of resilience, empowerment, and unbreakable spirit. With a heart dedicated to inspiring others, Monique has used her life experiences to craft powerful narratives that ignite the flames of hope and determination in those who read her words. Excuse me. From her childhood journey through the foster care system, I think I was eager to get to that particular paragraph, to her triumphs as a celebrated children's author, book author, and fiction writer, Monique's story is one of unwavering resilience. She's not only conquered challenges, but has transformed them into stepping stones toward her own success. She has a passion for storytelling. It doesn't stop with her books. It extends to her stage play. Uh-oh, watch out now. Where she shares her personal narrative of survival and triumph. Her ability to connect with audiences, young and old, resonates deeply, leaving an indelible mark on hearts and minds. Through her work, Monique has become a guiding light for those seeking to build resilience, overcome obstacles, and find the unbreakable spirit within themselves. Her words inspire individuals to embrace challenges as opportunities, cultivate a growth mindset, and chart their own course towards success. So she has here joined Monique on a journey of resilience, self-discovery, and empowerment. Let her words and experiences serve as a source of inspiration as you embark on your own path to resilience and success. And we have that, we want to connect with her and make sure we network with her. I want you guys to network with her as well, because I'm telling you, this story that I want her to go into on today is going to be very inspiring. I always say this, that our journey is not for us alone. We go through situations and circumstances, whether it's from when we were born, young children, and coming on up into adulthood. We go through them for a reason. Sometimes we're like, okay, God, why? But when we look at the big picture, we finally open up our eyes to what God is saying, then we can understand that our journey is not for us alone. It's to help somebody else. And I firmly believe that as we are talking with Miss Monique on today, that this would be her testimony, really. So if you would not mind, Monique, go ahead and talk to us about who you are in your own words. I know I've read your bio. But tell us a little bit, maybe something personal you want us to know about or want to share. Tell us a little bit about you.
That's a loaded question. I've been in the foster care system up until I aged out, probably, and I think that was like 21 or 23. I've been on my own since. I've always worked 2 jobs. Okay. Wow. I've always been in survival mode ever since. I own 3 horses. I think it's 4. And that was inspired through the foster care system. I have 2 kids of my own. I adopted 2 kids. That's about it. And I'm just writing and working on my stage play right now.
Okay. I love it. I mean, you gave us a, brief synopsis of you, that was a lot that you told us. So, okay, I need to back up because I'm a little bit stuck on the horses. I have always wanted a horse. I just want to throw that out there. And you say you own 4? Yeah. Oh my goodness. What kind are they? I mean, are they, no, I want to ask what color are they?
Black, brown. Some of them are recent purchases, so I'm just getting to know them. But one is an Arabian, one is a Tennessee Walker, a thoroughbred, and the other one, I don't know what he is as of yet. Okay. I'm kind of a blended family type of person, so he may be a little bit of everything. I'm not even sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Why horses?
Because my first foster home was the most inspiring to me, and he threw it out there to me as a coping mechanism, more so therapeutic. And once I left that foster home, I kind of lost sight of that. And I was on speed for a long time, just going and not trying to get to know myself. And I had to start back going around horses just to know who I am. So I made sure that I was always around horses and never away from them again.
Okay, so if they bring you full circle to
Yeah.
who you are, that's
Yeah.
what I'm hearing. Wow, now that's amazing. And you said the first
Yeah.
foster home, and this is all a part of your journey, as well. Talking about of course, nowhere to call home. I'm not sure if that's based off of your. I think it might be because I haven't had a chance to read
Yeah.
it, but looking at the title of it and looking at your bio, I felt that they probably obviously could be related. But that's wonderful that that particular family left that indelible mark on you. I have,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just share this real quick. I had on my show probably about a good 3, 4, maybe probably well, since COVID, maybe about 4 years ago, I had a young lady on my show who was in the foster care system here in the city of Chicago. And she was there until she aged out. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm using that term right.
Mm-hmm.
So she, basically it kicked her out at a certain age. And she talked about, her journey being with families. And I don't remember her talking about a family that was left a positive impact on her life. I'll just put it that way.
It's only 1 in a million.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Okay, so that's a little bit about you. And so you said you adopted a few children? You already
2.
have 2? Okay. Yeah, so that paying back, obviously, that paying forward, you can understand what an individual has gone through. And so that's probably why I don't want to put words in your mouth. Why did you adopt?
That was mainly the reason. They're actually trying to get me to adopt more, but the system makes it so hard that I don't even want to deal with the system anymore. I'm just okay with the 2 that I have.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Yeah, it's just a hard road with them. It's not even the kids. It's just the system just makes everything a little bit messy. And I just have a lot going on right now. So I'm just going to stop.
Okay. It might be is it a lot of red tape to go through?
Yeah, it's a lot of red tape. And, they promote family bonding. So it's a lot with biological parents. And it's just something, it can be confusing to the child and it can make things harder in your household. So I would just rather not deal with it right now.
Really? Okay. I never knew that. I didn't know would encourage that.
Oh yeah,
Because
if they you have to do like the visits with the mother and take into consideration what the mother wants, and they invade your privacy a lot, so it's a lot. And I try to be understanding because I got to realize that I was invading somebody else's privacy and going in their house, but now I see that it's a lot of strain on foster parents.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. And we're going to talk, go further with what we want to talk about on today, but I think I maybe want to talk to you about that individually because that's interesting to me. The whole system, you know what I mean? But let's see. Okay. So, I like to ask my authors this question when they come on as guests. Would you say that your life was influenced by your experiences or your experiences influenced by your life?
I'm going to say my life was influenced by experiences.
Okay. And tell me why.
I would not have gotten this far without those experiences. And I feel like those experiences pretty much pushed me to where I am, over the edge, to keep going. I feel like if I could sometimes, because I don't want this to come out wrong, but you could be doing better than people who were brought up in a full circle 2-parent household, college degree, and they had it all. But because a lot of us are built off survival and we just keep going and will do anything to get where we need to be, some of us, that's how I feel that negative experiences can help you have a better life sometimes.
Yes. Sometimes, right. And that's probably if you're able to learn from those experiences
Hmm.
and understand that that experience does not necessarily have to define me, those negative ones. It
Right,
doesn't have
right.
to define me, but I can learn from it. So yeah.
Even
Okay.
a lot of people don't. It affects everyone differently.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Which makes us, we're all different.
Right,
God didn't make us the same, so we can understand that.
right.
Um, that's interesting. Let's talk a little bit about your past in the foster system, a little bit more, and how it molded you into who you are today.
um, I think the first foster home helped me to be more diverse. Um, they were Caucasian, so it helped me to see a different side of things that I didn't see before. And that there are some nice people out there. I think that was the last time I saw that because the second foster home tried to kill me.
Oh no.
Um, yeah, a couple. I could have died in a couple of them, and some just kept you for the money, and I ended up raising myself. Being in a foster care system is just not really a good place to be. I was in a group home. They taught me a lot about I found friends, played sports. That was something I never did. Christmases were amazing. They had like some really good sponsors. I'm still friends with some of the staff members actually on my Facebook page still to this day, which is weird.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still friends with some of the girls, but the foster homes, I've never heard anything from them. And so I think sometimes I do want to go and ask them, like, why are you the way that you are? Like, why are you locking kids in the basement and not feeding them? And yeah, it was burning them with cigarettes. It was a journey.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's bad out
Sorry,
there.
I'm at a loss for words. Are you serious? Well, you know what? We see stuff on TV, in the movies, but if we're not involved in that particular area, we don't know, what's
Right.
happening or what's not happening. So that in itself is talk about a journey.
Yeah, a
Um,
couple people asked me, like, is this really true? And I was like, yeah. They're like, this can't be true. And I'm like, it's true.
and you hate it because there's need on both sides. Okay, there's a need for the child to be somewhere where they can be they can be raised up, nurtured, and everything. They need a family.
Right.
Humans, we need a family, we need a home. And then on the other side, sometimes you may have adults or couples or whatever who maybe have desired children, never had a chance to have children for whatever reason. And so then you have this system where you're able to adopt or foster, but then you have those individuals who would take advantage of that. Like you said, you mentioned something about some of them are in it for the money. So there are needs on both sides, but then people take advantage, you
Yeah.
know, of the system. And I think I think it's horrible. Um,
Hmm.
hmm, this is interesting. Now you mentioned something. You said you wish sometimes that you could go back and ask them, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Do you feel that there's a way that you could um,
I
ask?
probably could. I found my first set of foster parents. Like I went and I found them on purpose, just to tell them thank you. So I
Okay.
know that I could find the other set, but I kind of feel like I don't. I don't want to dig up old wounds, and it took me so long to heal.
Um,
Yeah. So I feel like it'll make me more angry, and I just don't want to be angry. So I'll just let them live where they are. Hopefully
mm,
they're okay. I don't wish anything bad happening to them, but I don't think I want to see them again. I would want to ask them why, but then no, I don't.
you don't want to have to go through all of that.
No,
Um, how long were you with the first family?
not long actually. I'm gonna say some months. Um, I they took me away from they didn't take me away from my mom. She said I couldn't come back. I believe. And then when she noticed that they were treating me great, because I think she had an idea that the foster system was more so like a juvenile detention center. And when she
Oh,
saw that it wasn't, she wanted me to go home.
oh,
So all of a sudden she wanted her kid back. Yeah. And they came and got me.
really? Now, are you an only child?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she saw the flip side of what she thought it was going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
and wanted you
Because
back.
she used to call the group home. They banned her from calling because she used to call and just curse me out and degrade me all the time. And they just told her she couldn't call anymore. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She was like, those
Wow.
people don't care about you. It was crazy.
Oh, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
been crazy.
How do you feel about talking about this now? How does it make you feel?
Um, I'm okay at the moment. I think it bothers me if I have like still time. If I'm sitting still and I just have to think, I think it'll bother me for a little while, but I'll get over it. But I'll probably have to call somebody on the phone and get on their nerves until I get out of my feelings.
Right,
But
right, right.
I'm okay. I'm better now. It's more so therapeutic to keep talking about it because I held it in for so long and everybody judged me for so long. Just for me learning who I was and just learning how to deal with things, how to deal with life, what I should do, what I shouldn't do. I just got judged for a long time and I had to figure out everything on my own. So me doing this and talking about those experiences, I'm noticing that they're helping a lot of people who don't talk.
Yeah,
So I think that's amazing.
yeah,
I'm getting so many messages that's like, thank you for talking about the foster care system or talking about abandonment or all the abuse that's, that's not talked about. What goes on in this house stays in this house theory. So I'm noticing that a lot of people are going to counseling. A lot of people are talking, especially to me. So I'm dealing with that too. Everybody else's trauma.
oh,
Yeah.
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 Now, have you ever found yourself seeking out counseling or therapy?
I have. Yeah. I actually like it.
Okay,
But you
good.
have to find the right counselor because a lot of counselors don't care.
Yep.
So if you find the right one, I think it'll be great.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I
Mm-hmm.
think I'm grateful that I believe that the tide, as far as African American Black community, the tide has changed now where we are migrating more to it. We're being a
Mm-hmm.
little bit open to therapy and counseling sessions, as opposed to in times past. In times past, we are proud people. Blacks, we're very proud people, and we don't want anybody to think that there's anything wrong with us. We don't want to think there's anything wrong with us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not saying that anything is wrong, but sometimes you just need to vent. Sometimes you just need to release and get things off your chest to address, certain situations. So I'm glad that it's has helped or worked out for you to be able to seek out counselor. And you're absolutely correct. You have to seek out the right one because everybody is not for you. Everybody is not
No.
going to be able to understand. I'm just grateful that I have been surrounded by individuals, counselors and therapists that I knew that I could rely on and
Oh, that's
confide
hard.
in.
And I've
Yeah.
actually, I tend to stay away from, and this is not all, but in our community, older counselors, because they're used to a harder way of life. So
Yeah.
they kind of feel like some of the things that you're going through is nothing. So
Okay.
they're like, oh girl, I've been through way worse. And just because they didn't talk about what was going on with them, they kind of judge a lot.
Yeah.
So I kind of stay away from that,
Yeah.
so to
That
speak.
is true. Okay. So you have to basically what I'm hearing, you're going to have to find who works best for you and with you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's important because I love the way you say you're not lumping them all into the same situation, but
No. Because some of them, they'll go there with you. You get grandma. If I could get grandma in there with me, then I'll probably go to counseling every day.
right. I get it. I totally get it. Yeah. Listen, let me do this. We're at the about 30 minutes in, guys. Today is Wednesday, November 29th. This is the last session of the month of November. We are talking today with my wonderful guest, Monique Fultz, and she's an author. She's more than just a storyteller, as her bio says, and she's a playwright as well. And we're talking today. We have her in our Authors Unite to Get Caught in the Net segment. And we're talking about her journey, her experiences, and we're going to focus on her book that she has out now, which is turning into a play. So this is who we're speaking with on today. So if you have any questions or comments while we're live, or when you go back and watch this particular segment, the recorded segment, you are more than welcome to throw in your comments, questions. I'm sure if you have anything after the live feed, Miss Fultz will be able to go back and look at it and answer anything that you have. I do want to start talking about your book, Nowhere to Call Home. Oh my goodness. That tugs at my heart. You just don't know. I say this, it tugs at my heart. The title itself tugs at my heart. And this says here, well, the picture I received, it says it's the second edition. Is that right?
Yeah, so the first edition, I got it. It went to an editor that I didn't like, so I had it redone, and I made it a second edition. Yeah.
Okay. I got it.
So
I
it was like
understand
an editing issue.
Right. Okay, guys, let me see. On the screen, I do have a picture of the cover of her book. Nowhere to Call Home. Monique Fultz is the author. I'm sorry, guys. You see, I'm kind of stuck back on there, and I that's why I want to delve into this, because I want to get into your mind. I want to get into your thoughts about this book. What made Monique sit down and pen this book? How do we get to the title? Tell us, maybe talk to us about it.
So the title came from actually what the title is. I've never felt at home anywhere, or wanted, safe, most of all wanted. A lot of places that I've been is because I had to be there, but not because anyone really wanted me there. So that's how I pretty much came up with the title. Writing the book actually started off like a journal, and I still do a lot of speakings at like foster parent, like new incoming foster parent sessions, and like sometimes teenage sessions. So a lot of people were like, you should write a book. I didn't expect it to turn into a book. It just did. But it was more so like a memoir. So I changed it around just to tell a story in third person. I think that was to take the pressure off of me. It made me feel better. But I just talked about just the horrors in the group home and the foster homes, how bad they are, what was going on in there. And I tried to show what was going on at home that led up to me going to the group homes, just like all the beatings. And I think she's burned me on my lips with cigarette lighters, and how DCFS left me in the home 2 or 3 times after it was reported that I almost died. And they put me in a foster home that they're trying to kill me too. So it was just like I've cheated death like maybe 3 or 4 times. And it's kind of crazy because I put my foster daughter in the school that actually complains on my mother all the time. So when they noticed her last name, they asked her who her mother was, and she said that the teacher broke down crying because she thought I was dead. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So when I saw her, I went up there to see her. She just thought she saw a ghost. So sometimes when things happen, I kind of just put them in the back of my head, and I'm like, am I really making this up? So I'm glad that some people actually saw the journey that I've been on and all the things that have happened. Kind of makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah. Okay, so other than the obvious, how do we come up with the title of this book?
Um,
Did you have other titles in mind and
no,
then just
this
really?
title just stuck out. I had nowhere to call home.
Wow.
This is just the title. It's been the title for a long time because I've been talking about the book for a long time.
How long?
Maybe 5, 6 years. It's been a
Wow.
while. So I never
And
thought these little 100 pages would go this far.
I get it. I get it. Trust me, I get it. And so you said it started off as like a journal. So really, how long would you say it took from you initially writing as a journal to it actually being published? What was the length of time?
I'm gonna say maybe 2 years, maybe 1.5 years. I kept stalling a lot because it was just too much trauma.
Okay.
So I stopped a lot and I just couldn't take it. So I'm gonna say like 1.5, 2 years when I finally pushed it all out. And a lot of stuff I had to like really dig deep to remember.
Right, right. Oh, yeah, yeah. Had to do a lot
hmm
of recollection and probably
hmm
reliving stuff. Was
hmm
that was that difficult for you?
Very, because I noticed that I blocked a lot of stuff out. I even have to ask my sister sometimes because she has an amazing memory. So she could tell me about where a person lives and where something happened. Because the house where I first got molested, I didn't even remember who those people were. She had to remind me.
Oh my
So that's
goodness.
how I had to push. I've pushed everything so far back.
Yeah. And that was probably the only way that you could cope was
Yeah,
pushing it out of your mind.
yeah.
Uh, oh God, that is so deep because this brings back so much, even for me. Even with my writing, I had to go through so much. I really had to relive everything, and it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
easy. And I, I had to replay some things. I had to go and do some research. So I get what you're saying. A lot of stuff I pushed out of my mind, but
Mm-hmm.
it was just so that I could cope with that situation at that time. Um,
Mm-hmm.
my brother being murdered. It was,
Oh.
horrible, to go through. So, okay. All right. So it took about maybe roughly about 2 years for it to be published. And when was the actual publishing date?
January of 23. It was recent.
Okay. Okay.
About a
So
year.
this year. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Wonderful. Yeah. Because we're coming at the end of a year already. So you can probably
I
say,
know, and I'm dying with the next book. That's killing me.
oh my goodness. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. So this is good stuff. I want to let everybody know where they can find your book. So this is the name of the book, Nowhere to Call Home. The author is Monique Foltz. Where can they find your book? Where can they purchase it?
It's on Amazon and Barnes and Noble right now. And
Okay.
actually, they're about to put it on a shelf at Barnes and Noble. It's actually, and it's also in another store in New Mexico. I don't have the name of that store right now, but I don't think I have anyone on here from New Mexico. So basically,
You
it's
never
Barnes and
know.
Noble
You
and
never
Amazon right
know.
now.
Okay. So Amazon and Barnes and Noble, and that's online, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so I just want to make sure you guys know where you can go and purchase this book because I'm telling you, you need to grab this book. This has got a lot of information in here, and some of you probably understand the situation of being in a foster home or know of someone who experienced that. Someone who maybe have been in there from the time they were, baby until they aged out of the system. And this young woman has been brave enough to share with us about her journey of being in the system and how she came, to be who she is on today. So let me do this. So make sure you go to Barnes and Noble or Amazon. I'm going to stop sharing so we can look at her beautiful face again. And then if you guys, again, have any questions or comments for my guest on today, please be sure to go ahead, throw it into the comment section, whether you're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or Intellectual Radio's YouTube channel. After the segment is over, you can do that. If I see anything, I'll be sure to tag Monique so that she will be able to address it for you. I do see that Who's that, Janice? Thank you. I appreciate you, dear, for liking and sharing. Again, when you guys come in, click that share button, throw it out. I see a lot of shares have already occurred, so thank you so much for that. You can tag
Wow.
individuals into the this segment. They can always watch it later, if they don't catch it live. And so this is what we are grateful for. So, all right, so nowhere to call home. All right. So it took you about a couple of years for it to actually be published. And basically were taking your time because it started out as a journal for you. How was your support? You did mention your sister. Maybe you had to reach out to her. How was your support with writing this book? Did you have a support system?
No.
And how did it? Okay, my goodness. Wow. She answered that really quickly. So how
No.
was that for you? Because sometimes, it helps to have support. It really does.
It does. It does.
Without having that support, did you have to really, really motivate your own self? Did you feel like giving up sometimes? What did that look like for you?
Wait, let me go back. My sister did when I actually just got serious. My sister pushed me over the edge. So I am gonna say that. We're like Irish twins. So she's like, get it done, no matter what, no matter how much money, get it done. So I am gonna say that. But when I first started talking about it or when I was writing it, I've had so many relationships that were not supportive at all. And I didn't really have a lot of family support because I don't think they saw the bigger picture that I saw. So it was more so just talk, I think. So, and I've learned through just several podcasts that people just like action. So I guess I wasn't showing action at the time. A lot of people just be like, I'm writing a book, and they never write a book.
Okay.
So I think a lot of people didn't support me because they didn't really believe in me so much, so to speak. But I think it's different now because they see where I'm going. But I don't think anyone saw where I was going but me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's okay because when God gives us something to do, everybody else is not going to understand all the time.
Right.
And like you said, you knew what you were supposed to have been doing. And obviously, would you say that that's what catapulted you to continue and to finish it, even though you didn't have that? Would you say that?
My drive, I just drove myself over the edge.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I can tell you are very ambitious, and when you set your mind to do something, you do it. Just from even talking with you, we talked over the phone, I could tell that. And you're busy, you're active in your children's lives, and that's wonderful as well. But to get this out to people, I'm sure it wasn't easy. I'm grateful that you were able to write it and complete it and get it out. Because people, a lot of people can relate to your journey, your situation, probably more than you would even think.
I didn't think I'm learning. I didn't think it would reach people like this, which is great. I'm grateful.
Okay. So what kind of feedback? Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying, I'm just getting a lot of feedback from people about how it changed their lives, how they feel better, that they feel like they can go and talk to somebody about what they've been holding in. And basically, it's helping them to want to go and, I think, write a book. I don't know that I think writing a book can be tedious. So I'm like, start now.
Right.
But it's motivating a lot of people, especially men. That's what's crazy. Most of the people who come to me are men.
Why do you think that is?
Men tend to hold in everything that happens to them. I think they're embarrassed about what's happened to them, and they don't really have an outlet. And I don't think they would want to write a book and put it out there because of how it's going to look. I think writing this book made me look at men differently. It probably would have helped my relationships in the past, but I looked at men like superheroes, and now I see that they harbor so much pain that they can't be superheroes. So I think it's helped me out a lot.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I was looking at something actually before we even came on today that was talking about actually our Black men and them opening up more,
Hmm.
about mental health or whatever it is that they are dealing with instead of keeping it in. And
Yeah.
I think that's so important and so key. So you have a lot of the feedback, but have any of them said that they can like directly relate? Maybe were they in foster care, or just the fact that you were able to share your journey that they were relating to? Or was it both?
Both. Both. A lot of the foster kids that I get messages from is actually on TikTok.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot of them come to me basically relating to my story, that they're happy that I put the story out there. We have a thing in the foster care system about the black garbage bags because we've lived out of black garbage bags our whole life. So they appreciate that I put that in there.
wow.
I've gotten a couple people from Kenya who's ordered the book in bulk, who said that they understand, and I think that their pain is like way worse than mine. So I thought that was pretty awesome because they go through some bad times.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do get a lot of people that directly relate, and they're basically coming from TikTok lately.
Wow. That's amazing,
Hmm.
actually. That's
Yeah.
amazing. The
When
the
I
the
thought it was spam, he's like, I need to order 50 books. And I was like, you go on Amazon. And then he's like, I ordered the 50 books. I need you to autograph them. I'm like, oh my God.
That's awesome, Monique. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Yeah,
Hmm.
'cause this is what you want. You want it to get out beyond your circle. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Um, so what can I ask you, what is your passion?
You know what? That's a question I don't know. I've been on the go for so long and I haven't slowed down. I can't even tell you what my passion is except for horseback riding. And I was just talking to a friend and I was telling him that I actually think that I'm allergic to horses now. So I have to see an allergist.
No.
Yeah, I think it's the horse manure or I don't know. But I'm not going to
Okay.
stay away from them. So I take like a whole pack of allergy medicine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I get it. I understand. So, this book has been out since the beginning of the year. What exactly um, do you hope really? What are some other things that you hope to accomplish with it? We love the bulk purchase and the individuals reaching out to you on TikTok. What are some other things that Monique is looking for this book to do?
I hope the stage play reaches a lot of people. So that's the next project. Um, and basically just keep marketing it. I just hope to just keep reaching people. The foster care system isn't changing. It's still the same. It's probably worse because money is not the same. Resources are not the same. Mental health is just not non-existent. So hopefully just keep reaching people to just, you don't, after the foster care system, your life can be so much better. It doesn't have to go downhill.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay,
Hmm.
okay. All right, yeah. It sounds like you have a passion for making sure that um, individuals who've experienced situations such as yours or similar to yours receive the help that they need.
Yeah,
Um, that's I'm not putting words in your mouth, but that's kind of what it sounds like to me.
that's about right.
Okay,
I was
okay.
told that the other day.
Oh, really? Okay,
Hmm.
okay.
I didn't look
Now
at it like as a passion. It was more so like a job, I think.
gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah.
I love that fact because sometimes when you go through situations such as yours, maybe it's kind of rough or maybe not as bad or worse. You can either do one of a few things. You can come out better for it. You can come out adverse to it. You can come out, totally on the other side and you don't want to have nothing to do with it anymore. You want to help nobody. You want to do anything.
Hmm.
But you obviously, have come out on the side that you want to help somebody else. And that, I think that is so important. And so, Ken, I believe that's what God wants us to do, is to, pay it forward, help someone else, whether or not you're reaching out an olive branch or whatever, to individuals to help them. Yeah, so this is interesting. Now, what do your children say about your book?
My son said, my son was like, "You're my mother. I can't read this." He's older. He's like 23. He said he couldn't get past the second page, but I think he is proud of everything that's happening. I think he's really happy. They seem to be happy. The little ones, I don't think they quite understand. And my preteen, I won't let her read it. So
why is that?
She's only 12, and it is. I felt it should be like 16 and up. I don't think she's quite ready to read it yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I let her read the children's book, of course, but not that one.
Okay. So now, how many books have you authored?
2.
Okay, so this one and a children's book, is that right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's the name of that one?
Camille and Juliet's Healing Friendship.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about this?
It talks about Juliet is the horse, and that was one of the horses' names at the foster home. And it talks about a day with Juliet, how she helps Camille cope with everyday life, with trying to be a kid. Okay. So it's just little rhymes and little things that Juliet, the horse and Camille, because Camille is like my alter ego. That's my name. So Camille and Juliet's day together. Okay.
And so you've obviously written it where the children can understand, they can relate to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So little rhymes and stuff are in there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I was getting ready to ask you, was that particular book based off of you, loosely or whatever, based off of you?
Loosely. Okay. But it's stuff that me and Juliet actually did together. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be out of money today because I'm online. I got to buy the Nowhere to Call Home. Then I have to get the little children's book as well. I'm gonna have to do that as well. This is wonderful, though. I love this. I love it.
Thanks.
I'm going to put this in my cart. I do need a signed copy though, so I don't know how we're gonna do that.
I'm still signing books.
I love
still signing books.
Still signing books. Well, I'm gonna have to get mine signed because I'm actually gonna purchase mine today. But yeah, I love it, and I love how you are transparent enough, because obviously, you mentioned about your son say he don't want to read it. Obviously, some of the things he probably, this is my mom, and maybe he didn't want to see his mom in that sense. You know what I mean? All that you went through. So thank you for being transparent enough and sharing, with the world what you did and what you went through, rather, and how it affected you. I see Tiffany came on. I tagged her. Tiffany and Mario are actually, they're the reason that I was even at that particular book. What was it called over on 95th? It was a
book. It was an expo, Urban Book Expo.
Urban Book Expo. Yeah, they're the reasons I was there, because they told me about it, and I ended up meeting them over there, and so that's how I was able to meet you. And
she's like an excellent coach. I'll be reaching out to her very shortly. Like, here, take over.
Yes. She's really good, and she's passionate. Yes, about what she does. Like she always says, she's not just an author. She, see a little hands up. But yeah, she's really great at what she does, and I'm appreciative of how God blesses her and gives her the platform, to help others. And she's paying it forward and paying it back.
Right, because I have some stupid questions. She answered all of my stupid questions.
Look, she is hilarious. Look what she put up here. She said, "I love what I do. I be fussing, but I don't."
She fussed. Yeah, she's definitely.
I see my little post. She be fussing, but she just trying to get us in line. That's all. It's all good. And we
She's like, "Why would you do that?" I'm like, "I don't know. Tell me the right way."
That is exactly how she talks. Okay, she's like,
Yeah.
that don't look
Yeah.
good, and I'm like,
Right.
okay.
Well, I thought it looked good.
Right. But no, somebody has to do it, right? Somebody has to do
Mhm.
it.
Mhm.
Uh, Let me see who else is on here on today. You guys, thanks for coming in, tagging, sharing this particular segment on today. Again, this is our Authors Unite to Get Caught in a Net, and we're featuring Miss Monique Foltz on today. And the title of her book, I did put up the actual picture, Nowhere to Call Home, is the book that we were focusing in on today. She's a two-time author, though. She also has a children's book. But make sure you go to Amazon and Barnes and Noble online and purchase your book on today. She, is transparent enough to share about her journey through the foster care system, but it didn't define her. Now, she went through some things, she really did, but I can tell you it did not define her because she was able to sit down and pen a book. When you get to that point where you're able to write down your experiences, that means it did not define you. You were able to learn from and you were able to grow and you want to help somebody else. Now, let's talk about this play before we end on today. Thank you for throwing that comment up, Tiffany. She said she can't wait for the play. What you when you and I talked, you talked about, oh, it's going to be a play and everything. Come on, give me some little bit of information that as much as you can.
This play is it's it's coming along, but I just locked down the last theater, the Croc Center. So I am doing about 6 theaters. I was waiting on the script, so the script just got done actually over the weekend.
Okay.
So I will be doing the casting call, but I am looking at Mother's Day weekend. So it is about to be busy. But it's more so like a Tyler Perry type of feel. I think I found like some amazing singers. I'm very excited about that. I did find a director producer. She's amazing. So I am like overly excited and nervous at the same time because I never thought my book would turn into a play. But it's about to be a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did the play? How were you? Were you approached by someone and after they read your
No,
book?
I woke up one day and was like, this needs to be a stage play. I thought it would be great for like group homes, kids in the foster care system. So the script originally was a little bit too 18 and older. So I had her scale it back a little bit because I just wanted them to have that feel in person about the foster care system and life after and have them relate to something and just see how things can play out. It doesn't have to be that bad, even if you're in the most negative circumstances forever. That seems like forever.
Okay. Oh, I love this. I have a cousin of mine. She's written a few books and she does plays as well. She writes her plays, just like you. And I love going because there's so much meaning, behind the play. It's not just, throwing people up on the stage and acting. And so this seems like what I'm hearing from you, there'll be meaning behind it. There'll be understanding behind it. Yeah, I can't wait for who's that said they can't. Oh, I did already say that. What Tiffany says. Somebody is saying much success to you on your play. I can't wait for it.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
I'm excited.
Yeah. This is wonderful. Joe says congratulations. Joe is a filmmaker. Also,
I have to talk to Joe. He may help me. I feel like I'm an amateur.
Okay.
It's getting done though. The budget, I'm already off budget. So I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
But I don't care. I'm just this play is going to get done.
That's right.
Yeah.
And God will provide. He will he will give you the provision. Natalie also says congratulations on authoring 2 books. And I think we need to refer to Gina Gatson. She has an Authors Guild and just wonderful. It's called Distinguished Authors Guild, and she highlights authors and focuses on them and what they have written and accomplished.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. We were blessed. A few of them are on here now. Some of the authors we were nominated for the 2023 year, and we were blessed to win in our particular categories. So
nice.
Yeah, I need to connect you with her as well. So this is great stuff. Tiffany says here, Monique is so full of life, excited, and surprises. Never met anyone like her. I'm sure all of her dreams will come true.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's gonna make me cry.
I know, right? But you know what, Tiffany? Thank you for typing that comment. I totally agree with you. I really do. When I spoke with Monique on the phone, it was a lot of excitement. And yeah, I see that there are great things that are coming on your horizon. And we're just grateful to God for blessing you and using you and you allowing God to do it. You allowing God, because sometimes we don't allow God. Okay.
I know. I'm listening to
Definitely.
God now.
Okay, trust me, it a little bit easier on us when we do, right? Uh,
Hmm.
Joe said Gina is awesome. I totally agree. Um,
Okay.
and Tiffany says, "Oh, for real, I've never seen anyone move like she does. Very authentic. Very, yeah, very true. Very true."
That's why I was like, I'm so tired. I have to take some time off. But every time I see like in all my, they're like, "Are you ever home?" But I'm
Right.
like, with the play, I'm never gonna be home. I think I'm gonna be living in a theater.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's gonna
That's
be
gonna
a
be
lot.
yeah. Make sure I'm tagged. Make sure I know about it. I would love to push it and promote it, and
Oh, thank you.
I want to be there as well. Um,
Awesome.
what final words do you have to encourage those that are listening, watching now, and will watch later?
It's not as bad as it seems. And pray, 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 pray. Um, I know the war room was for married couples, but I think having that one room that you can go into and just talk to God and Him only, I think that is very helpful. And don't believe all of the negative things that people have to say about your dreams.
I love it. I love it. Simple enough. Straight
Hmm.
to the point. Thank you for those words. Very
Thank
encouraging.
you.
Very encouraging. All right, guys, Nowhere to Call Home, author Monique Foltz. It is available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble online. And you need to get your copy today. You need to read this book. You need to relate to it. Guess
Tell
what?
me what you think.
Okay. She said, make sure y'all leave our reviews. Okay. Make sure you do that. But please make sure you purchase your book because you want to be ready for that play when it comes out and you kind of relate to the play. So the play will be based off of the book. And you don't want to miss it. You do not want to miss it. Monique, thank you so much for joining me on today. I appreciate your time and
Thanks.
your passion. And I appreciate you sharing with us about your journey, about your book, your play, your projects that you have. So thank you so much. We bid you Godspeed, and we pray that God will just continue to bless you in ways that unimaginable, so that you can help someone else.
Thanks.
You are so welcome. You're so welcome. You
Sorry, I
take
had
care
something in
of
my
your.
throat, but thank you so much.
Oh, that's okay. With a little tear going in your throat. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
No, but thank
like
you.
Tiffany got me choked up.
She'll do it to you, won't she? Won't she do
Right.
it? Right. All right, guys, as we are exiting out of here, thank you again, Monique. We will chat soon, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, guys, as she's exiting out on today, we're going to make sure that, again, make sure you go to Barnes and Noble or Amazon online. Type in Nowhere to Call Home. Monique Foltz is the author. I went to Amazon. I just started typing in Nowhere to Call Home and it popped up so fast for me. So make sure you support her. When I bring guests on here, I um, I want you all to get to know them. I want you all to see who they are and what they're doing. As I stated earlier, I have been blessed to be able to network with some wonderful, wonderful authors on this year, being nominated in with the Distinguished Authors Guild, I have been blessed to just network and meet so many authors, and I'm so excited about it. And I want to push and encourage them. So if I have them on my show, I want you to check them out as well. Let's support one another. Let's support one another. I think that that is going to be important and key as we go through our lives. So we will be back on next week. I cannot believe we are really at the end of another year. Can you guys believe that? I know it's November 29th. We are at the end of this month. Tomorrow's the last day of the month. And then we're in December. And we're at the end of 2023. Can you believe that? But God is so good because he has blessed us to see this day. He has blessed us to come this far. And we are definitely grateful. So next month, I will have more guests. So the first 3 Wednesdays in December, we will feature more guests for you. And we're going to end this year with continuing to talk about and to receive hope. There is hope. You know, sometimes people get towards the end of the year and they kind of like lose hope or whatever. Maybe they're going through because they lost a loved one, or they're going through the seasonal affective disorder changes, and some people may be sad. But let's end on a high note this year. Let's do that, knowing that God is still in control. God has us. He has us in the palm of his hand. So many things have happened on this particular year, but we have been blessed to see it. And I just want to encourage you to hold on to God and to don't give up. Please don't give up. The theme at the beginning of the year for Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette is hashtag there is hope. There is still hope. So take a look at this particular promo for the month of December. And we'll see you soon on the next session of Get Caught in the Net.
Get caught in a net with Annette. For your mind, body, and soul gets caught in a net with Annette. It's your intellectual radio show, here to inspire you and encourage you to be your very best. Get caught in a net with Annette. Get caught in a net.